Well, we'll move on to turning tools, and I only use three turning tools for most of my turning, and so I use a 3/4 inch roughing out gouge, and it's ground straight across with a fairly steep bevel on it. How steep? I don't know. I just know what I like. I got this little thing. We'll see. We'll see if we can find out what it is. There's something written on it somewhere. 35, 40. Probably. Let's look at that 45. Wow. That's about a 45-degree bevel that's on that. And then there's the spindle gouge for cutting the coves, and I just use one for all the coves. One size fits all, no matter what size cove it is. So this is a 1/4 inch spindle gouge. Once again, I have a blunt bevel on that, and that looks to be about 45. But it's got a very slight fingernail shape to it there. Okay, and then there's the skew chisel. Skew chisel, I do know what I grind the skew chisel. It's 12.5 on each side, which brings it to a 25-degree included angle. And this is the only one that I hone. These will cut straight off of the grinder. You can hone them if you want, but I seem to get just as good a cut off the grinder with them. And then this one will be ground and then honed up to 8,000. So let's go over to the grinder and start grinding some of these things. Okay, so over at my grinder here, and this is the Baldor low speed. Wouldn't have to be a low speed for this, but it's low speed. Got probably, I think that's a 60 grit aluminum oxide wheel, or maybe not aluminum oxide, called a pink wheel. And then I use this Wolverine jig from One Way on this, and so this is, you know, I mean, I used to grind them without this all the time, and then I taught at a school one time, and they had it, and I was convinced right off the bat. It takes a lot to convince me to buy something like this, but so anyway, well, while I'm doing all this, you probably hear something in the background. My neighbor's got a construction project going on over there. She's having a greenhouse built, so I had to put up with a few hammerings and saws. So same thing as I do on most of the other ones is you can put a little bit of marker there, and I can see that I'm hitting back on the heel. Okay. And I'm still, boy, I am so close. Let's try that again. Now I'm just dead on it. I'm dead on it. I'm hitting right on the whole hollow ground there. So now we're sharpening. Okay, that's it. Pretty simple, isn't it? And I resharpen this. I'll usually sharpen, I'll usually turn 2 legs. Sometimes just 1 leg, but most of the time I'll get through with 2 legs, and then I'll sharpen it again. So while I'm turning, I just leave this set up. I come over here, 5 seconds on that, and I'm ready to go again. Okay, well, we'll go to the spindle gouge then. So now on this side of the grinder, you can do it on this side of the grinder. They've got things made for it. I just moved over here, and this is a tool guide made by Veritas, and so I need to adjust it. So once again, put a little black mark on there, and see how she's looking. maybe. I'm a little high, so I'm hitting up on the toe there just a smidgen. There we go. Now I'm hitting on the whole thing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to swing it. I'm going to rotate it like this on the wheel, and at the same time move it like that to create the fingernail shape. Watch that, my left arm got into that wheel. I don't think that's ever happened before. Well, that looks good, so that one's done. Okay, well those are all easy. Now we head towards the skew chisel. So not only is the skew chisel difficult to use, but it's a little tricky to sharpen too. Alright, so I've got this 1/2" chisel. Now this one's oval in, you know, this direction, but you don't have to have an oval one. In fact, there's some things I like about the other one better. This one's a little thin for me. I like them a little stronger, but I use this one all the time. So I like the combination of this tool rest and the small 6" wheels, because I can get up on top of the wheel to grind, and it makes it easier to hold instead of trying to, you know, fight gravity down here. I'm just sitting up on top of the stone right here, and so now let's see. So like I said, I'm looking for a 12.5 degrees, pretty steep, and 25 total. So yeah, I think that's probably a little bit back on the heel there. Need a little bit more mark on that. But let's see. Yep. You can hear my goat out there agreeing with that. Okay. Yeah, I could tell that was hitting just right. I mean, you can tell by that sound. It's just a different sound when it's hitting right on the hollow grind, your original hollow grind. So now I'm going to grind this side. Now, the trick with the oval skew is to hold it flat, but that's not too tricky. And but then I put a crown on this skew. It's not heavy, because I still want to be able to use the toe and the heel, but it looks like I'm putting more than what I put on it. So it's just a light touch. So when I hone it, I typically will end up honing out some of that arc. So my center gets a little bit flat, and so I have to put the arc back in it every time that I hone it. But not sure if you can see that up against the background, but that's the arc that I look for. Now, let's see if it matches up on this side, and it's not going to match up on this side. I can already tell. And you know, there's a lot of variables there, because the skew chisel is angled like this, and then over here it's angled like that right there. And if even just the position of this is just a tad bit off, you won't get it even on both sides. And then if you've got a little bit more bevel on this side than this side, then it's off. And I don't know, that looks to be pretty close up the center, but so we'll see where it's hitting. But I think it's going to hit on the toe. Yeah, it's hitting out on the toe just a little bit. So I'll pick it up. of dropped it too far. I'm back down on the heel. Now I don't know which one I'm on because I got a mark on the heel and on the toe. Okay, let's just make another mark on it and see where I was hitting. Okay, I'm on the heel, back on the heel. Let's see if I can do it a crude way. Oh, well, there we go. I took it the wrong way. You ever done that? That's smart. We'll get there eventually. Almost. There we go. I don't know if you can hear that different sound or not, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. I got it. So if you can see the art, got the art, got a nice little hollow grind in it. So let's go to sharpening stones. Well, I'm going to hone the skew chisel now. Got an 8,000 grit stone out, so I can go straight from the grinder to the 8,000 grit with this skew chisel. It's the one that I've of course ground to an arc. So you're just hitting on one point as you're honing, so you're having to roll it, and so you get there real quick with it. So there's no reason in starting out with anything coarser than that right there. But the first thing I got to do is to flatten it. So get a little bit of water there. The way that I use the chisel is it has to be. Let's see if I got a pencil around here. So got a pencil there, and let's see if I can get that. Yeah, there we go. So the way that I use the skew, it has to be honed, has to be hollow ground, and then honed just dead flat. And if the stone's hollowed out a little bit, it will transfer that to the chisel and make it just a tad bit convex, which means that I can't ride the bevel. I have to pick it up off the bevel in order for the edge to touch. And when that happens, then it'll corkscrew with me. Now, I've heard about people sharpening these things with convex bevels and using them. I've heard from knowledgeable people saying they can do a good job with it, but I don't know anything about that. Mine has to be hollow ground and then honed flat. So let me get my glasses here so I can see what I'm doing. So the grinder put a burr on it, and this water stone's so soft, I got to make sure that burr's not going to cut into the stone. So I can pull back on it a little bit and get that burr kind of sticking straight out, and then I can start honing it, rolling it. So I have to roll it like that. I keep my finger right on top of the bevel on this side to make sure that I'm touching heel and toe on the other side. And I want to get all the way to the heel and all the way up to the toe. I'm going to make sure to get that, because you have a tendency to sharpen a whole lot more right in the middle. That's looking pretty good. I can't feel a burr anywhere on it, but let's just hit it just one more time. And so let's see how that's looking. Run my fingernail across it, and I don't feel any nicks. And then I can catch the fingernail with it right like that, and it's grabbing it really good there. So so it looks good. So I'm ready to try it out over there and see how it's working. So I'm just going to show you how the tool cuts here. Check it out a little bit. So first will be this roughing out gouge. So first thing I do is put it on the tool rest. You don't want to put it up against the turning. Put it on the tool rest. There. Then you want to cut high. So there you go. That's what you want. It's a lot of fun. Keep doing that. Now the coping gouge, the spindle gouge, then you cut from one side down to the bottom, from the other side down to the bottom is the way that you cut one. So it'll come from this side, and you can look back at the turning video to see exactly how it does. But you can see the nice feeling coming off of this. This is air dried hard maple right here. Those peelings are 10 feet long. A lot of fun too. Now the skew chisel. Give it a try here. So there we go then. It leaves really a mirror finish, a finish that you don't have to sand. And you can get some good long peelings with it if that's what you're after. I'm getting ones that are probably 7 or 8 inches here. And then you of course roll it and all that, but you can look at the video to figure out that. So they're all cutting good. I'm ready to turn a little bit.